SCARTHQUEST. Today on day 6 of Math through SCART series, we'll be learning about a fraction and its addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So let's start. So let's start with what really is fraction. Fraction is a way of representing a part of a whole or a part of something. It's like dividing a group into different parts and saying how many parts we have. For example, let's say I have a one whole pizza and I divide the one whole pizza into 4 parts. Each part is called a fraction. And let's say I ate one slice of a pizza. I can say I ate one fraction of pizza. Let's say I ate 2 slices of pizza. We can also say we ate 2 fractions of a pizza. From here we can understand the definition of a fraction. But we cannot keep writing I ate 1 fraction of pizza, I ate 2 fractions of pizza. It is long, complicated and really boring. So instead of that, we use numbers. And in fraction, we use 2 numbers, where we put one number at the top and one number at the bottom. Where the top means how many numbers we have, and the bottom means how many part of a group we have divided a group into. Where the top is also called numerator and the bottom is also called denominator in math. I hope you understand. Let's say I have 7 pets. Among the 7 pets, I have 7 dogs. Let's say I have 4 dogs. I have 2 cats and 1 ball. How do I represent that using fraction? Let's see. Here you can see the dog. We put the divided part at the bottom, or how many parts the group is divided at the bottom, which is 7, total 7 pets. And we put how many parts we have. How many dogs we have? 4. So we will put 4 at the top. This is way of writing the fraction. We put how many parts we have divided the group into at the bottom, or write the denominator, or how many parts we have at the top, or the numerator. Let's go to another example, cat. As we have said, we have 2 cats, so we write how many parts we have at the top. We have all 2 cats at the top, and how many parts the group is divided into, 7 at the bottom. Similar to the bird, 1 bird, and the total number of pets we have. Similarly, let's say we have one whole chocolate, and I divided the one whole chocolate into 10 pieces. Let's say among the 10 pieces, I ate 3 pieces. How do I write that I ate 3 pieces of chocolate out of 10? Simply writing 3 at the top and how many parts we are divided into bottom, which is 10. Similarly, let's say I ate 4. We can write 4 by 10. If I ate 5, we can write 5 by 10, and so on and so forth. Even in fraction, you can find different parts of a fraction, or different types of fraction, which are divided into 4 parts. They are 0, proper, whole, and improper. Let's understand with 0 fraction. What is the 0 fraction? With this name, we can understand it. 0 fraction is basically a fraction that gives us a 0 region. For example, we divided a chocolate into 12 pieces of part, but we ate nothing of it. How many chocolates we have? 0. So answer would be 0. But so answer of a 0 fraction will always be 0. So we call it 0 fraction. But remember that only top can be 0. Bottom cannot never be 0, as it is impractical, invalid in math. It will give the answer infinity and be error. So we cannot say I ate 12 pieces of chocolate out of 0. Now let's move on to our next, which is proper fraction. In proper fraction, the top number or bottom number, or we can say denominator. In here, denominator or the bottom number is always bigger than the numerator or the top number. So here we have been using proper fraction up to now. Proper fraction means a fraction that is proper. For example, among the 7 pieces, we ate 2. So we write 2 by 7. If we had 6 pieces and we took 2 pieces, we can say 2 by 6. Similarly 3 by 7. Here the bottom number or the part how many parts we divided it into is always bigger than how many parts we have, which is a very logical thing. For example, let's say I divided the chocolate into 10 pieces part, as we have said in previously, but if we add 3, we write 3 by 10. This is a proper fraction that is logical and where the bottom number is always bigger. In here you find the answer will always be smaller than the 1. Like so here 2 by 7 division or the converted part would always be 0.36 or 0.3634 or something like that. Now let's go to the whole part. Whole as the name suggests, it gives the value 1 or a whole. So in here the top number and the bottom number have the same value. For example 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4 or similar to that. Whatever it is, it will always give the answer 1. As for example, even if it is 600 by 600 where top and bottom is have same value, it will give the answer 1. So whole fraction always gives the answer 1. Now comes improper fraction or the villain of the fraction, I can say. Here the top number is always bigger than the bottom number, or the numerator is always bigger than the denominator. For example 7 and by 2, here 7 or the top number is bigger than the bottom number 2. This is improper. For example, imagine in a chocolate you had you divided the chocolate into 2 parts. You cannot eat 7 pieces of chocolate if you had just divided into 2 parts. It is improper as it is not possible and is invalid. It's just imagination. Similarly, say I divided a chocolate into 10 pieces, but how can I eat 20 pieces if I had divided chocolate into 10 pieces? So in 20 by 10, even if I divide the chocolate into 10 pieces, I cannot eat 20 pieces. This is impractical, and in our improper fraction, the answer is always bigger than the 1. For example, 6 by 2. Here the top number is bigger than the bottom number, and the answer will be 2 by 2, 206, 3, which is bigger than 1. I hope you understand the types of the number and what they are. Now let's go to the addition, subtraction and the multiplication of fraction. Let's start with the very simplest one, multiplication. Multiplication is very simple. In multiplication, what we do is multiply the top number and multiply the bottom number. That's it. So 2 by 4 is 8, 3 by 2 is 6. Now what we do is divide 2 by 3 and 2 by 4. The answer will be 4 by 3. Simple as that. Just multiply the top number and the bottom number. Nothing else. We don't have to worry about anything. Just multiply the top number with the bottom number. Simple. I hope you understand this. It's because it's very simple. Now let's move on to addition and subtraction, which is a little bit complicated. If you understand the addition, you can easily do subtraction. So let's understand with addition first. Let's say I have 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. In multiplication, what we do is just multiply the top number with another top number and bottom number with another bottom number. Can we do same here? Let's see. 1 plus 1 will be 2. 2 plus 2 would be 4. Let's multiply 2 1 plus 2, 2 plus 4. The answer will be 1 by 2. But wait a second. Let's say I have 1 by 2, which is 1 half and another 1 half. If we add 1 half and 1 half, it should give 1 whole. But it is giving me 1 by 2 or another half. It is not correct. From here we can say this is impractical and not a correct way of doing addition of fraction. So what is the correct way? Let's see. For example, the same number 1 by 2 and the 1 by 2. Here, instead of adding the comma, instead of adding 2 by 2, what we do is just take the bottom number which is similar as common and just add the top number. So in 1 by 1 and 2 by 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, we add the top number 1 by 1, 1 plus 1, and just put the bottom number 2 at the bottom. You get the answer 2 by 2 or 1, and get the answer 1 whole. I hope you understand the first concept. But what if the denominator or the lower number is bigger than the other number, or it is not equal? For example, here 2 by 3 and 2 by 3 and 2 by 6. Previously we had the similar denominator at the bottom number 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, and what we did was ignored the fact that we can add the bottom number and just take it as common. But here 2 by 3 and 2 by 6, there is different denominator. What we do, can we add it? 2 plus 2 4 and 3 plus 6 9? Obviously no. Then what do we do? Simply use LCM. LCM solves the problem. Imagine you have chocolate. In chocolate you divide it into 3 pieces, and on the chocolate you divide it into 6 pieces. Now we cannot add the different size pieces into one. So the chocolate, for example, chocolate, you cannot divide the broken pieces of 3 with broken pieces of 6. It is impractical and illogical. So we use LCM to find the pieces that are the smallest and that can be added. I hope you understand the explanation. So in 2 plus 3 and 2 plus 2 by 6, we take the LCM. I hope you know how to take LCM, and we have also discussed how to take LCM, what is LCM, what is JCF in previous video. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. I advise you as it is needed here. So how do we take the LCM? So as we did 3 by 6, let's do it as we did in previous video. We first take the number, then divide it into prime number. Here it is 3. 3 minus 3, 3 to the 6. For the division is not needed. Then what we do is multiply the number that is outside. So 3 minus 3, 3 to the 6. So we get answer 6. So 6 is the LCM. Now what? So the number 2 by 3 plus 6, 2 by 6, the LCM we get is 6. Meaning when we get the LCM 6, what it is telling us is we need to get the bottom number to be 6. Both of them needs to be 6. First of all, let's say 2 by 3. How do we get the bottom number 3 to be 6? What can I do is multiply the number with 2. So 3 can be multiplied with 2 to get the bottom number 6. When we get the LCM, it is telling us to get the bottom number to be 6, so we can get the common. But in math rule, after multiplying the bottom number, we must multiply the top number. It is the rule. So 2 into 2 plus, now we have 2 by 6. Here we already got 6, so we don't have to multiply with any other number. We can just multiply with 1 and not do nothing with it, as the LCM told us that we need the 6. We need the 6 at the bottom, but as we already got the 6 at the bottom at 2 by 6, we don't need to do anything. So 2 into 2 will give us 4, and 3 into 2 will give us 6, plus 2 into 1 will give us 2, 6 into 1 will give us 6. The bottom number is same, so we just put the as we did in previously. If the bottom number is same, we just what we do is put the bottom number in down and now add it. Just like how the bottom in 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, the bottom number was same, and we just added the top number. We just similar to here. So 4 plus 6 is 6, 6 plus 6 is 1. It is same for subtraction. What we do is take the LCM. if the bottom number is different from 1. If the bottom number is same, we don't have to do anything, we just add the top number and put the bottom number as a whole. And if the bottom number is different, we take the LCM. Let's say let's do an example. 6 by 3 and minus 3 by 2. Now let's take the LCM of here of this. So 3 by 2, 3 over 3, 2, 3 into 2, we get the LCM 6. So after get the LCM, it is telling us that both the bottom number should be 6. Let's see the first number. How do we get the 6 in how do we turn the 3 into 6? By multiplying with 3. As the rule suggests, we cannot just multiply out of a blue. We need the both number to be if we are multiplying one number, we have to multiply with multiply all the two LHS into RHS. So we have to multiply 6 to subtraction 3 by 2. Now for 2 to get to turn into 6, what do we do? Multiply with 3. So 2 into 3 and 3 into 3, we get 12 by 6 and 9 into 6. As the bottom number are same, we just take the bottom number as common. 6, 12 minus 9, we get 3 minus 6, 3 minus 3, 3 minus 6, 1 by 2. I will solidify the concept of why we need to get the common number, or the concept of common number. Previously what we did was 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, we take the 2 as the common. Let's say we get the 2 by 2, 2 on the 2, 2 on the 2. The LCM we get by LCM we get of common number is the similar number. So in 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, the LCM of 1 by 2 by 2 is 2. We need to get the LCM 2. The LCM is telling us to get the number 2, but we already have 2 in both, so we don't have to do anything. After we get the common, we don't add or subtract the similar number. We just take the 2 as a common and put it as whole. Then only add the top number, or subtract the top number. This is 2 by 2 or 1. I hope you understand the subtraction, multiplication, and addition of fraction. Hope to meet you on the next video. Tata, bye bye. And before I go, I need to shout out to the mathematics, as it helped me a lot understanding the concept of fraction, what it is, and how we can really understand the fraction and how to explain it to. Some of the example is from the mathematics. If you want to understand about fraction much more, or even other topics, mathematics is a really good channel to learn from. If you have any more confusion, you can also go watch their channel too, or watch my channel. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see my journey. Bye bye, tata.